Welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to look at the average gradient. Average gradient is one of the concepts that you have to understand before we do calculus, right? What is average gradient? I think you're going to understand this one better if we do this example. I'm going to give you two examples, just two examples, then we're done. Right, given a function which is f of x is equal to negative x squared plus 6x. Determine the average gradient of the function between x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 5. Okay, so what do we do here? Maybe let's have a rough sketch of this function. Right, we can find the x-intercepts here. This is negative x squared plus 6x is equal to 0. We can factor out negative x, and then we get x minus 6, and then is equal to 0, meaning that x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 6. You can even find the turning point. Let's say the turning point, just find the x coordinate of the turning point. That will be enough to give us a sketch. So we can say x is equal to negative b over 2a, right? Our b is 6, and then our a is negative 1. So let's say negative 6 over 2 times negative 1, like this. You get what? Positive 3. So it means when x is equal to 3, that's where we have the turning point. We want to have a rough sketch of this function f of x. So it's going to be something like this, where we have the x-intercept here at 0, and then another x-intercept at 6. And then the turning point is going to be along this line, x is equal to 3. Okay, the 3 that we got here. So let's just have a rough sketch of this function. It should be something like this, right? And then we are finding the average gradient. We're finding the average gradient of this function from when x is 3 to when x is 5. So x is equal to 3, okay, is here. So we know 3, but we don't know the y. And then let's say 5. X should be 5 around this. So we have 5, and then we don't know the y. So now, how do we get the y coordinates of these 2 points then? So we have to find f of 3 there. So f of 3 is equal to negative 3 squared plus 6 times 3. I'm just substituting here. Where there's x, I put 3. And then becomes negative 9 plus 18, which is positive 9, meaning that the coordinates of this point is actually 3 and 9, like that. Okay, let's substitute 5 into this function. What do we get? F of 5 is equal to negative 5 squared plus 6 times 5. Where there's x, you're putting 5. Then becomes negative 25 plus 30, which is 5. So it means the y coordinate here will be also 5. So this one will be having an x coordinate of 5 and a y coordinate of 5. Okay, right. And then from there, we can find the average gradient. What is the average gradient? We're saying we're having a line which is passing through this point. So we cannot get an exact gradient here. We're just finding the average gradient, right? And then with calculus, we'll find that we're going to be finding the derivative. And then with the derivative, we're going to be finding the exact gradient at a particular point. That's what we're going to be doing in the next lessons. But now, let's just find the average gradient, right? What do we get? So we're going to say m is equal to f of 5 minus f of 3. These are the y values when x is 5 and when x is 3. And then over the x values, when 5 minus 3, like that. And then f of 5, this is 5. So we're saying 5 minus f of 3, which is 9. 5 minus 9 over, and then 5 minus 3, like that. So it's 5 minus 3, which is equal to 4, which is actually negative 4. 5 minus 9 is negative 4 over 2, which is negative 2. It makes sense to have a gradient which is negative because this is decreasing. If you look at the red graph, it is decreasing, okay, because it's going down. As you move from left to right, what is happening to the graph? The graph is going down. So this is a decreasing graph. So this is how you find the average gradient. But like I said, later on in the next lessons, we're going to be finding the exact gradient at a particular point. All right, let's look at the other example that involves the average gradient. We have g of x is equal to x squared plus 2. This one is an easy. graph to sketch. It's just concave up like this. And then says determine the average gradient of G between the points P and Q with x values of 1 and 3 respectively. So it means P is when x is 1. We don't know the y for now. And then Q is when x is 3. We don't know the y for now. Let's find the y coordinates. So if x is 1, we're going to put 1 here into this equation. It's going to be 1 squared plus 2. 1 squared plus 2, that should be 3, isn't it? And then when x is 3, it's going to be 3 squared plus 2, which should be 11. So meaning that here we have 3, and then there we have 11. And then we're finding the gradient of this line. This will give us the average gradient between P and Q. So we're finding the gradient of PQ is going to be y at Q minus y at P over x at Q minus x at P. So it becomes 11 minus 3 divided by 3 minus 1. 11 minus 3, that should be 8. And then 3 minus 1, that should be 2. So meaning that the average gradient is 4. So the average gradient of this function between P and Q is positive 4. It makes sense because this is an increasing graph. It's going up like that. Okay, so this is how we calculate the average gradient. In the next lesson, tomorrow, we're going to look at the limit concept. We're going to look at the limit concept.